What is up, guys? Welcome to the GuidoSStackin channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos on silver stacking, coin reviews, and live silver auctions every Monday night. So make sure you like this video for me, guys, and welcome. So there's a lot of different terms for silver, and I think one of the biggest terms that people don't really use is that silver is a savings account. Now, a couple years ago, I did a video where I had $600 laid out in cash, and I started talking about how silver has forced me to save money. And so basically in this video, I asked everybody to tell me, what would you do with this $600? What should I buy with this $600? And everybody started commenting what they would do or what I should do with this money that I saved. So somebody had made a comment because I was saying how you save your silver, and if you ever need money, you could dip into your stack. There's no problem with that. And it forces you to save. Well, this person said that you should have 3 months worth of bills saved in your bank account or in cash stashed away. Now, I get it. However, there's two things. I have two quarrels with that mentality. The first one is that we are constantly being tempted to buy things we don't need, materialistic things. Here in the US, one of the biggest things is materialistic things. We're constantly being tempted. You're watching TV, you'll see at least 5-6 commercials of them trying to get you to buy something that you don't need. The new iPhone is coming out. You need the newest iPhone. You go to your friend's house, he has a 60-inch TV, but then you go home and you realize you only have a 50-inch. So now you want a 60-inch. We're constantly being tempted for these materialistic things. When your money is in your account, all it takes is one little click and you have that money into your checking account, ready, locked and loaded to buy something you don't need. It's really easy to make those impulsive buys if you have the money in your account. So that's my first quarrel. So like if you wanted to make those impulsive buys with silver, you would have to take this, you'd have to go to a coin shop, you would have to get the money, haggle with the coin shop, go back home or deposit the money, get it in your check. There's like 4 steps you need to do to get the money for this silver in order to buy something. And I know for a fact it has stopped me from making impulsive buys because I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like doing all this. Is it really that worth me having to go and to the coin shop and do all this stuff? It's not. And it makes me really think about what I'm buying. Do I really need it? Do I want to sell my silver for it? Is it worth the silver? So I've actually prevented myself from making those impulsive buys. So anyways, that's the first quarrel I have. And that's the difference between having your money in your account and in silver instead. The second one is, the best case scenario is that you never have to touch that money. So those 3 months of money that you saved, 3 months worth of bills that you saved in your account, you don't want to ever touch that. The mentality is, I have it in an emergency, but I never want to have to touch it. Hopefully I never get in a financial pinch where I need to touch it, etc., etc. So you're thinking long term. Wouldn't you rather have your money, let's say it's $4,000 or $5,000 sitting in the account because you're ready just in case you have those 3 months saved? Wouldn't you rather have something that is going to pay you back in a way? Or at least retain its value? We're talking 10 years maybe. That money could be sitting in your account for 10 years before you ever have to touch it. And it's not accruing interest, it's actually devaluing in your account. Whereas if you had it in silver, it might not go up in value. It depends on what you use it for. Some of it might appreciate. You might actually make some money. But besides that, it'll at least retain its value. At least your money is doing something. It's in the market. It's in the silver market, going up and down. It's doing something. And if you never have to touch it, you at least have the silver. Whereas in your bank account, it's doing absolutely nothing for you. And it's in a position where it's easy for you to spend it. So my point is, and this is something I learned, and this is the tip that I kind of want to give you guys, especially for you numismatic guys. This is really big for you. So back a couple years ago, within this 7 years of me silver stacking, I have gone through 2 financial pinches where I needed to touch my stack. One of them, if I didn't have silver, first off, I would have lost a lot of money, okay? Because my business was starting to kind of fail. And I started the business with silver, and I kept the business afloat long enough for me to be able to sell the business and actually make some money. So the business started failing, and it was backed by silver, and that's why I actually kept it afloat long enough for me to sell it and actually make money off a failing business. So my point is, what I learned during that time is that this stuff, this numismatic stuff, is the stuff that you're not going to want to sell. The timing's not right. I always talk about timing is everything when you're selling these numismatics if you want to sell them. And not only that, you might want to hold them. This is more of like a hobby. It's a collecting thing. So I personally got attached to this stuff. And what ended up happening is, because I didn't want to sell this, I started putting myself in a worse financial pinch. And guess what? I ended up having to sell it anyways. But my point is, imagine having to sell this 2010 Panda, and then I have to wait who knows how long until I finally recover financially. If I have to go back and buy this, most likely I'm going to lose probably, I don't know, $20. So you do that over, 10 coins, and we're talking about $200 you're losing. Besides the fact that they're hard to find. So some of these coins are hard to find. So these numismatic coins need to be set aside, and you need to have generic silver. This is your savings account. This generic stuff is your savings account. When you need to sell because of something, you want to put your kids through college, or you want to, whatever the case may be, if you need money in your hand and you need to buy something, or you need to get yourself out of a financial pinch, if you're accruing a lot of debt and you want to knock down some of that debt, remember, debt equals interest. So you want to knock that down. You got to think long term. This is the stuff you need to sell. And the reason why is because this is easy to sell and it's easy to buy. That's it. This constitutional silver, you find it all over the place. There's millions of these Sunshine Mint bars, and people want them all the time. You won't have trouble selling it. And when you want to start buying them back, it'll be super, super easy. And that's it. Whereas this numismatic stuff, obviously, wouldn't be that easy. It could take you longer to sell, and you could end up losing money. It might not be the time to sell, and you might have trouble finding some of it, which is very, very true. So I learned that the hard way. So I'm telling you guys, you numismatic guys, it would be really naive to think that you're never going to have to get a bunch of money together for something. You get laid off at work. Things happen. You get a huge bill. Your car breaks down. Your car is your moneymaker. You need that thing running. So it'd be really naive to think that you're never going to have to do it. So silver is the ultimate savings account, because you could have this here. It's super liquid. When you need the money, trust me, it is easy to get the money when you need it. And those 4 or 5 steps I told you, you'd be willing to do it, and you'll get the money. And then you could put it towards something useful instead of materialistic impulsive buys. So silver is the ultimate savings account. Like I said, you start looking at your silver as a savings account as well as all those other terms. Your hedge fund, your investment, your retirement, with all those terms that you guys hear on a daily basis. One of the most important things that people miss out on is that it's a savings account. So there you go, guys. That's my tip. Make sure you have generic stuff that you're not attached to on hand in case you need money quick. Or if you need a large sum of money, a lump sum of money, this is the stuff you want to sell, not your numismatic stuff. I learned from experience, so I'm talking from experience. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you smash that like button for me, and I will talk to you guys later.